Welcome to part 2 of my little cosplay basic skills tutorial. This one is about how to assemble a costume. So I did one already about how to buy a costume. This one will be the medium option between buying and making, which is how to assemble a costume. Now that sounds on the first word a bit, what do you mean with assembling, Kat? What I mean is there are certain kind of costumes that you can actually, in a certain amount, go out and buy most of things in for it. So think, for example, think of Pokemon, think of Digimon, think of school uniforms that are quite simple and not too fantastical, that you can actually go out and buy. So thing for that one is take yourself a little bit of time. So you need a medium amount of time, because you will probably be looking for things. You need a medium amount of skill for that one, because you still need to adapt your costume to your character and add little details that make your character your character. You also need a certain amount of money, which is again a medium amount of money, because you're not buying a whole costume, but you don't have to buy everything from scratch. So depending on where you buy, you might get away cheaper, or you might get away a bit more expensive, or just about a medium amount. So I think this one here is usually the medium option if you assemble some. For assembling a costume is realistic designs. Think trousers, think t-shirts, think normal tops. So think everything that's quite simple that you could get in a shop. So take yourself a couple of days where you will just browse around town and go to different shops. Check out charity shops, check out simple shops, check out Primark if you want to. Check out places where you know they will have the kind of clothes you're looking for in a simple design. So go in there, compare as well. If you want to get away cheaply, compare them. But again, be careful with the details. So for example, I'm giving you my example of the Mari costume I was looking for, and it took me almost a day to find just a simple shirt which was cheap enough, which had a pocket on the front and which still was fitting, or like in a comparison tighter fitting than most of the shirts that I found, because recently you can only get shirts that are quite that have short sleeves or shorter sleeves and so on. So I found this one, and it has a pocket, so I can later on put the detail, the crest on that pocket. Because it is so realistic, you have to put so much more effort into the little details that go with it, meaning be sure that you have the right set of glasses, be sure that you have the right color of items, and be sure that they stand out so you don't look like just someone who's wearing a bit of an unusual fashion style today. So make it fantastical, because it's cosplay. Make it stand out and make others aware that this is your costume. So for example, in the Mari costume case, which I'm assembling at the moment, I'm taking my time with it because I still haven't found the right tartan pattern for her skirt, because that one is not quite right. So to find the right skirt might take me a little bit more time. I also think about that the item that you're looking for might not be there in the same way, or maybe it's out of fashion, so you won't believe how difficult it is to find a plain yellow t-shirt when it's not in fashion. So sometimes you might not be lucky with it, and you might end up having to make some things completely on your own. But assembling is a good start for people who don't feel comfortable in, for example, making trousers and t-shirts and things like that from scratch. Or for example, if you want to make a school uniform and it has a blazer in it, why don't go and buy a blazer? You know that it's usually quite difficult to make a blazer on your own, so if you go and buy yourself one and adapt it and put on the right buttons, it's as good as, what you want to be. So if you then go and assemble your costume, the advantages are you don't have to do things from scratch, so you don't need any skills for that, but you need a certain skill for the adaptation, or for adapting your costume to your character. You will need a fair amount of money, but you won't need as much as if you go and buy a complete costume in a good quality, which is usually quite expensive. And again, time-wise, it really depends on if you can find the things that you're looking for in normal shops and if they're in fashion and things like that. So, good luck. If you want to assemble a costume, I wish you good luck with that. If you have any questions, let me know. Send me a comment down there in the comment box. And if you want to have a look at the former video, which was how to buy a costume, then you click here. And if you want to have a look at my next video, which will be how to make a costume, that will be here. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.